What would you do if childcare fees were eating up a huge chunk of your income every single month? Or worse, if you felt like you had to choose between giving your child quality care and keeping up with your bills? That's a tough spot to be in. And if you've ever worried about this, then this video is definitely for you. Today, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about childcare subsidies and financial assistance in Singapore, what the schemes are, how much support you can actually get, and how to apply for them, and of course, even what kind of help is available once your child moves on from healthcare. Hi, I'm Fer from Dollar Bureau, a personal finance platform that talks about insurance, investments, and financial planning. So let's dive in from the start. What exactly is this financial assistance scheme all about, and how can it help you? If you are a parent in Singapore, you'll know that childcare does not come cheap. Infant care, preschool, and enrichment, these fees can easily run into the thousands each month. It's no wonder many families feel the pinch. That's where the Childcare Financial Assistance Scheme steps in. It's a government initiative designed to help families manage the rising costs of early childhood care. The goal here isn't just to give you some short term relief, it's really about making sure every child, regardless of their family's income, gets a fair chance at early education, which is so important. So, whether you're a single parent trying to stretch every dollar or a dual income household juggling work and home life, this scheme is here to ease the load and give your child the best possible start. Now that you know the big picture, let's get into the details. What exactly are the subsidies available and how do they work? The first one is the Basic Childcare Subsidy. This applies to all Singaporean children enrolled in an ECDA licensed childcare center. If you're a working mother, you can get up to $300 a month. If you're a non-working mother, the subsidy is up to $150 a month. This alone makes a big difference, but for many families, it's not enough. And that's where the additional childcare subsidy comes in. The amount you receive depends on your household income and is meant to make sure families who really need more support get it. To qualify, your child needs to be a Singapore citizen. You or your spouse should also be working at least 56 hours a month. But here's the good news, if you're not working for valid reasons like studying, pregnancy, or health issues, you may still qualify. For bigger families, the income is worked out on a per person basis, so you won't be penalized just because you have more mouths to feed. The idea here is simple. The subsidies help reduce the financial stress so you can focus more on raising your child and, of course, less on worrying about the bills. But what if you don't quite fit into these neat categories? Don't worry, there's still a way for you to get support. That's why there's something called the special approval. This is for families who might not meet the usual criteria but still need help. Maybe you're between jobs and actively looking for work. Or maybe you're going through training, or you're pregnant and can't work right now. You might also be medically unfit to work or a full time caregiver to a sick family member. In cases like this, you may still qualify for higher subsidy support. It also covers situations where a grandparent, legal guardian, or foster parent is the one looking after the child. And if your child is already under the HDB public rental scheme or receiving comcare assistance, they automatically qualify for maximum subsidies. The key takeaway here is this. If your situation is tough, don't assume you won't get support just because you don't tick all the boxes. Special approval exists precisely to make sure that no child misses out on early education due to unique family circumstances. So now you know the different types of subsidies, let's answer the question that's probably on your mind. How much money are we really talking about here? If your household income is $3,000 or below, you could be looking at up to $767 a month in subsidies. That's a huge reduction in fees. If your household income is higher, say around $6,000, the total subsidy works out to be about $640. As the income goes up, the subsidy amount gradually tapers down. Once your household income goes above $12,000, only the basic subsidy of $300 applies. And if you're a non-working mother, the maximum amount is $150. So the system is designed with fairness in mind. The more you earn, the less subsidy you get. The less you earn, the more support you receive. Now, the next logical question is, how do I actually apply for these subsidies? Let's talk about that. Well, it's simpler than you might think. When you enroll your child in a preschool or childcare center, the school will give you the subsidy application form. You just need to fill it in and submit your supporting documents. The center will then forward everything to ECDA for processing. The most important thing here is to make sure you provide all the documents up front. Missing documents are one of the biggest reasons applications get delayed. If you're unsure about what you need, just ask the center staff. They are usually quite helpful because they deal with these applications all the time. But what if even after getting all the subsidies, you're still struggling with fees? Well, there's actually another form of help for that. That's where the financial assistance for childcare and startup grant comes in. This is meant for low-income families who need that extra cushion. To qualify, your child must be a Singapore citizen and enrolled in an affordable infant or childcare center. Both parents should also be working at least 56 hours a month unless you have valid reasons that prevent you from doing so. If you think you might qualify, speak to your childcare operator directly. They can guide you on the application and help you understand what documents you need. This grant is essentially a safety net, making sure no child misses out on proper care just because money is tight. So that covers childcare, but what about when your child moves on to kindergarten and beyond? The good news is there's still support available. For kindergartens, you can tap into the Kindergarten Fee Assistance Scheme or KIFAS, which helps bring down the kindergarten fees. Beyond that, you also have the Child Development Account, also known as your CDA, and the Baby Bonus Scheme, which give you matched savings and extra financial support through your child's early years. And when your child starts school, there are even more schemes like EduSave and the Post-Secondary Education Scheme to help with education costs as they progress further. If you'd like to learn more about the CDA, Baby Bonus Scheme, EduSave account, and the PSEA, I've covered it in my previous videos, so do be sure to check it out. Alright, let's bring it all together. I know it can sound like a lot to digest, but here's the big takeaway. These schemes are there to support you. They exist so that childcare doesn't have to be a financial burden and so your child can get the best possible start in life. If you're unsure which subsidies apply to you, I suggest just try. You won't know if you qualify unless you apply. And if you want to make sure that your child has a secure future for themselves, be sure to start planning for their university education now so you have a longer time to prepare. If you're interested in investing for your child's education, we can connect you with one of our trusted financial advisor partners who can help you with this. And the best part, it's completely free. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more practical personal finance tips. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.